I'm congested as right now. Probably looking at the title and the thumbnail and thinking that we are talking about Devil May Cry. Well, you couldn't be more wrong. This is actually a Monster Hunter video. Nah, I'm just kidding. You guys came to the right spot. This is a Devil May Cry video, of course. With that being said, recently I have played the mainline games 1 through 5. They were pretty fun, honestly. I really enjoyed them. I get the hype now. Thought it might be fun if we just, do a little bit of a little tier making here. So let's get into this. I'm gonna be honest, I can't really tell. Okay, so I'm seeing DMC 5 twice. Let's start with Devil May Cry 5. This is the one I just beat literally last night before making this video. Where would I put this? It was pretty fun, honestly. I actually really enjoyed it. By this point, I had kind of stopped caring about the story because... Actually, wait. I just realized I gotta put these here because, these are the... the disowned child, almost, if you will. I heard the game's pretty fun. I think I watched, like, I don't know if you guys are familiar with this YouTuber named... That was a different era of YouTube, though, because that's when I was, like, a kid. I used to watch a lot of Let's Plays and holy sh*, he still uploads. Throw it down here, because I didn't play them. But, going back to Devil May Cry 5, I only played the Virgil story. Now, look, before you guys start throwing the tomatoes and okay? By this point, I was really tired of doing all the story I never really played Virgil in the other games, and I saw there was Virgil with this one, so I was like, you know what, fuck it, let's run the Virgil. That was way easier than I thought it was gonna be on Devil Hunter mode, but I unlocked Son of Sparta, so at some point I'm gonna go back. Personally, I'm gonna put this at A rank. My reason for this being visually, obviously the best one, as it's the most recent. Combat, fluid as I made sure to put back the manual inputs because that shit kind of helped me in Devil May Cry 4. This shit was just a fun game. That shit was gas, bro. I just cannot give it a S just because, again, did not do the intended storyline. Oh yeah, also I think I have like a few clips scattered from like the different games and that I'll probably be throwing in here. This game, man. Bro, I was handing out them S combos left and right. That was that I can't lie. Devil May Cry 4. That was a really fun game as well. I'm not gonna lie. And I'm gonna have to go back to that one at some point as well to play as Lady and Trish and the Virgil run. But I did the Nero Dante. Not gonna lie. I gotta throw it at B tier. Does that mean B is bad? No, not at all. Saying there's some good B tier games like man, still a solid experience. Nero, first off, awesome new introduction to the franchise. Very fun. I really enjoyed using the Devil Ringer. I was gripping Nick from the other side of the map. Pause. Max that bitch out quickly, and oh my gosh, the heavenly tune of the Divinity statue shop music. Oh, bro, bliss. Beautiful, man. Beautiful composition. Damn, this is a lot of people. Thank you to Tetsuya Shibata, Shusaku Uchiyama, Kento Hasegawa, Akihiko Narita, Kota Suzuki, Rei Kondo, Masayoshi Ishii, Masami Ueda. I think that's how you say it. And Shinichiro Sato. Thank you guys for that, because that's some music right there. Not gonna lie, for that final little act after you fight Sanctus, there we go. When you beat him, I didn't know that I was supposed to time the second like gripping of the fist. Yo. So I was just kind of rolling around. The game was fun as I just feel like it wasn't enough Dante. I would have liked half the missions of Nero, half Dante. I'm a Dante fan. Sephiroth. Here we go. Devil May Cry 3. Me personally, I gotta put this at S. Some people might agree, some people might disagree. Dash was Dash. First off, find out how Dante even got into this predicament as he did. I had a lot of fun with it actually, and I really liked that you could pick between gold orb and the yellow orb path. Me personally, cause I started out with the first game and all that blah blah blah, I went with the yellow orb route. Big dog shit. I just did normal difficulty because it was the only one available, I think, to me. I don't really remember. So why I have this at S? Well, one, music and slapping. That shit was hitting like the first game music. I'm pretty sure there was even some callbacks in the music to the first game, which was gas. This gave us a bit more of that like Dante that we are more like well familiarized with as of today. The story was cool as fuck. Characters were pretty interesting. This is where I feel like the anime drew a lot of its story from. It's its own thing for the casuals. If you're still here, don't know what you're still doing here, I understand that it might be dated for people. Completely justified opinion to have. My opinion, I don't give a fuck about how old the game is. Capcom made a fan out of me early. I had that Monster Hunter Freedom Unite, the local wireless on the PSPs. We was hunting down Yeon Kutkus. They used that technology in DMC5. Now, the real that made this game fun as was the weapons. I was using Rebellion all the way through the game. What is it? Agni and Rudra, Nevin, Guitar Sight, creative ass weapon. I was a sword master style. I was all for that. Oh, Cerberus, of course, with the nunchucks. That shit was gas. My only downside I would have to say is just that actually two downsides. One was that centipede boss. Oh my gosh, that guy was annoying. That was because I kind of just shot him up the whole time. I didn't know that I could just jump on his back and like slice the out of him. That kind of segues into my main gripe with that game. I really didn't like the part of the game where I had to fight the bosses again, but you only had to fight 3 and connect the pass. I still didn't like that I had to go back and fight the boss. I want to fight new bosses, bro. That's why I like the FromSoft games. Guns were gases in that game too. Jackpot, bro. I was ebony ivory the whole way, bro. The whole damn way. Shotgun was sliding too. But yeah, like this game was just hitting, firing on all cylinders, bruh. Boss fights were fun. I kind of figured out everything as I went along. Think that about sums up how. Why can't I talk about I gotta talk about the Virgil fight? Like that shit was gas. Like, bro, I was feeling like an anime protagonist, bro. I made sure I fought that nigga with Rebellion. I wasn't gonna do it in any other way. Wee. Oh boy, Devil May Cry 2. Not gonna lie, I think I gotta put this one at a C tier. So I believe this was the introduction of the gold orb system. That was the only option you had at that time. This game, much like Dark Souls 2, seemed like a cash grab. Unlike Dark Souls 2, revisionist history I feel will not hold up for this one. Now, I kind of started a bit of a dialogue. The Dante story was pretty fun. Right up until probably the infested helicopter. It took a dive. That fight was awful. There was no Swordmaster aerial attacks, so I kind of just had to spam a lot of shooting. The tanks were not fun either. That laser beam piece of gloop, literal piece of that wasn't fun. Fighting what's his name, the dude that runs Ouroboros, that devil guy, he was pretty fun to fight, I guess. He was alright. But I did not like the Argosax fight. That was awful. Probably one of the worst boss fights I have ever done. That really made me think it was a cash grab. They literally took Phantom Boss from the first game and the bird dude from the first game. Those guys in there, a bunch of the bosses that you just fought from this game, put them all into one big gloop of shit and called it Argosax. Now, what I'm about to say might be considered a bit of a hot take. I actually preferred the Lucia combat way more than the Dante combat in this game, which I know she was just a more fluid, fun character to play. She had the throwing knives, she had the cool swords. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Okay, back to what I was saying. So she got the throwing daggers, darts, bow gun for underwater, which is a nice little bring back from the first game, even though I hate all water levels. Any game, I don't care what it is, even my favorite Mario game of all time, Super Mario 64, Dire Docks, shit, this level, great as OST. I hate all underwater levels. Kingdom Hearts 1, my favorite game all time, shittiest stage. I still wouldn't put it over Devil May Cry 4. I don't even think it's on the same tier, honestly. The first game. Usually, they say that the sequel cannot beat the original. And I'd hate to break that. The sequels, matter of fact, for sure surpassed the original. The original game, that game, actually fun as fuck. I think I'll put it B tier. The water levels were pretty ass, but once you got past that, it wasn't that bad. It was a fun. Oh, it was against Mundus. Yeah, it was against Mundus. Oh, and then the iconic meme.
I should have been the one to fill your dark soul with light.
Oh, what the f?
I finally got to see that. That shit was hilarious. I think this is gonna be my tier list here, because there's not really a Devil May Cry game in my opinion. We're just gonna leave this here.
What the hell?